Welcome to Dream by Design with Melissa Banks. I'm your host, Melissa Banks, and this is the Women Who Shine series. This is where we celebrate women who are walking in their purpose, breaking barriers, and lighting the way for others. Each woman here has a story that reminds us of the power of faith, resilience, and determination. Today, we're shining the spotlight on Felicia Brookins. Felicia is an award winning author, she's a screenwriter, she's a playwright. She is a lot of things, and we're so excited. She is a woman whose journey is not only inspiring, but a beautiful reminder that when women shine, we give others permission to shine also. Welcome to the show, Felicia. Thank you for sharing your light with us.
Thank you, Melissa. It is my honor to be here with you today.
I'm excited to get started on this show, Felicia. We want to start at the beginning of this journey of a woman who shines. Take us back to a moment, maybe, or that you had a triumph or a struggle, even. What that turning point was that shaped who you are today.
Well, Melissa, there's been a lot of things in my life, but I think I will focus on how I became this author and this
Mhm.
writer. And so I have to give that to my mother. She was a person that believed that education was important and reading was important. And so she was the one that had us at the library every summer. She's the one that had the bookshelf in the bedroom. And I, being the firstborn, I guess I became the one that was the reader. And so I love to read. I love to go to the library and collect books, and I love to write and read books. And so for me, it was a natural thing for me to become a writer and become an author. It just took me a while, I would say maybe in my 30s, to realize that I could do that. And
Mhm.
so from that also came the screenwriter opportunity. So again, it's something that now that I've grown as a author, I realize that screenwriting in a way is a next natural progression for me. So it all starts for me with my mother.
Well, thank you for sharing that because it was that inspiration very young for you, and you continue to let your light shine. Talk to us about a woman who shines. Um, I think about that. Someone asked me recently what I thought about this series and how did it make me feel. And I get excited. I love, love, love pouring into women. If you know me at all, if you follow me at all, you know that to be true because I love seeing women stand out. I love seeing women believe in themselves. So being a part of this series and listening to all these powerful, amazing women has really just, it excites me to even talk about it. When I say women who shine, I get excited all over again. Talk to me about how it resonates with you and what it truly means for you to step into your own light and allow others to see it as well.
Stepping into my own light, I guess I've never really just seen it so much as my own light. Anytime that I go out, I always find myself thinking about the fact that I represent my mother, my grandmother, my sisters. So even though it's me stepping out there on the stage or on the virtual platform, I realize that I take with me all of those women in my life. And so that right there is the honor itself for me, being the woman who shines. What I bring forth or bring into the room, what I radiate, I want that to be a woman that steps into the room that says she's someone that perseveres. She's someone that loves and cares about other women. Also, she is someone that is committed and dedicated to what she's doing. She's someone that is not perfect, but she is not afraid to say that she's not perfect. She's not afraid to say, forgive me or I'm sorry. And she is someone that always strives to be the very best person that she can be, and also help other young ladies and other people in her circle to be that same type of person. So a woman who shines also is someone that is not selfish in the fact that if she has something that can help another woman, that she shares that. And when she shares that and that other woman grabs a hold of that and she produces good fruit from that, that you cheer for them. So those are all things that I see as a woman who shines and who I am when I step into the room.
Absolutely, and that you phrased that so perfectly. A woman who shine is thinking about the other women. When I ask what does it mean for you, that's what I get back, because that's what makes a woman shine, right? And so
Absolutely.
thank you so much for that. Okay, so Felicia, I also know that as a woman on a journey, there are challenges. There are some challenges, not just women, but anyone faces if they want success as they go through the journey is not always perfect. So there are some challenges that come up, and I want us to talk about that. Share with us a moment that maybe you were tested or you doubted yourself, and what gave you the strength to rise above it to keep shining.
I think one of the moments that always stand out for me that has shaped my viewpoint of anything that I do. There was an event that I hosted, a book writing event that I hosted, and one of the things I was concerned about because it was so early on was, are the people going to show? Are there going to be butts in seats? Are they going to fill this space? And so I was given some really great advice by this amazing couple, James and Natasha King. And what they said to me was, Felicia, no matter who comes, those people should get 100% of what you have to offer. And it's been years since that occurred, but that stuck in my heart, in my head, and it's like a light bulb really came on, and my focus completely shifted in my mindset. And from that point on, I wouldn't care that, if you had a seat for 25 and 5 or 10 people showed, those 5 or 10 people deserve the very best that you can give them. Why? Because they showed up. And so you give 100% to the people who came there to get it. It's for them. And so that was a pivotal moment for me. And that is a mindset that has served me well and has served me greatly. And it is something I think too that comes from the heart. Once you realize that, you realize they came to be fed, to be poured into. They cared enough and respected enough of what the information is that I have to share. And so I'm going to give my very best in that. And so for me, that was the moment. And that is the game changer for me, has been, and I pretty much believe it will always be.
Well, thank you for that, because you know what, folks, somebody said to me, uh, don't focus on the result, focus on giving the best work that you can deliver to. So,
Absolutely.
and I just believe that, and that was changing for me as well. So I definitely can resonate that with you. So talk to us about your journey and what fueled the journey for you. How did that inspiration help you believe in yourself, even when the road wasn't easy?
Well, what fueled the journey for me was, again, I already had a love for reading, and I decided that I wanted to do something different, unexpected of me. And what could I do to combine my love for reading along with my love for writing? And for me, that was publishing a book series. And so when I sat down to finally do that, um, I think initially I sat down, I opened up that laptop, and I was like, well, what do I write? How do I do what it is that I wanted to do? And I always say that the Holy Spirit gives me the best ideas. And so once the wheels start turning, that was it for me. That book series, I wrote that first book, and I, at the time, didn't even think I would do 2 or 3 other books. But me starting out, believing in myself, having confidence that I could do it. I just needed to get the concept and the idea to do it. And if you could ask again the second part of the question, because I got all passionate about about that.
I was asking, how did that fuel that you just talked about, how does it inspire you to keep going even when the road isn't easy?
Because I know that along the way things could happen. Um, I've learned that it's important to be able to just take a deep breath, inhale, exhale, and pivot. Be
Mm.
prepared to pivot if necessary. It may sometimes delay a day or two, maybe a week, but a month, but you still will get there because you want to get there, and so you find a way to still make it happen. I also believe very much in God's timing. You have to look at it that way as well. Even with the series, when book two and book three was going to come out, I had a certain time on my calendar, but life's as they say. And so you just pivot with it when things happen and stay focused on the goal. And it's going to happen at the right time when it should.
Well, thank you for that because pivoting was everything just a few years ago for myself. So I definitely can relate to that. Let's reset here. This is the Dream by Design with Melissa Banks show. Our guest today is Felicia Brookins, and this is the Women Who Shine series. So let's talk about celebrating wins. Often women don't make a big deal. We don't celebrate our wins big. We may mention it. Oh, I had a book to come out. Oh, my book made the bestseller list. And then we move on to something else. So on this show, we want to celebrate an achievement with you. What was that achievement that when you think about it, it gets you excited all over again? And it may have happened last week or 5 years ago, but every time you think about it, you get excited because we want to celebrate that moment with you.
I would say for me, Melissa, other than becoming a published author, that moment for me was the elevation to screenwriter, to film screenwriter, and to become an award winning screenwriter. I say that even now, and still my mind is like, what? Me? Now, I didn't ever consider going into that area until Maximus Wright was nice enough and cared enough about people and helping them move to the next level to hold a workshop that changed everything for me.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
yes, to even
Yay.
call myself a screenwriter. I always remember him saying in that training, just start calling yourself a screenwriter today. And my tension was, but I'm not one. What if somebody asked me about that? What if somebody said something about that? And like a week or two later, I just said, you know what? You're right. You have to speak those things that are not as though they were. And so I started putting that hashtag there, screenwriter. And it also gave me confidence to say, well, Felicia, if you're going to put it out there, you might as well step into it and just try. That's one of the things I've always told my son, nothing beats a failure but a try. At least I can say that I did it. I submitted. And so I did that. It got, I submitted it. It got selected to go to the next step of being nominated. And that right there was absolutely amazing for me. So the evolution to take the leap to be a screenwriter and to become an award winning screenwriter is a huge win for me.
We are cheering, we are clapping, and
Thank
we are
you.
feeling every moment of that big smile that you have on your face when you talk about that elevation, that believing it even before it happened.
Yes.
I just didn't want people to miss that. Thank you for
Yes.
sharing that powerful moment with us, and we're all over the world clapping for you and that
Thank you.
to screenwriter. Thank you for that. I love it, love it, love it. So let's talk about this, Felicia. There's a woman right now who's watching this episode and listening to you and the powerful nuggets that you just dropped in that last question. I know they were hearing that, but they have this big dream, but they just haven't been able to move. They're stuck. They're afraid. They're still stuck in they talking about it. Everybody who would listen, they're talk about it, but they haven't made that first step. What would you say to her to remind her that she has everything she needs inside to step out and shine?
I would say to her, first of all, that in order for you to step out and shine, you have to believe in yourself. You've talked about it, but for me, belief is a verb. So you've talked about it to all of your friends, but now it's time to take action on it. Just put one foot in front of the other, as the old classic used to say in the song, and step. Just take the step. Believe in yourself enough to do that. Have courage enough to do that. And if I may add also, Melissa, change your circle if necessary.
Mm.
Because your circle, your girlfriend circle, your friend, your community can also help encourage you to move. And we as women who win and those who celebrate those who win, Melissa, we will take a sister by the hand and
Yeah,
encourage her, girl, come on, let's walk out this door. I got you. Come on.
that's it.
Let's
That's it.
go.
Yes.
You got this. And what do you need me to do? Because that's another thing we're going to do as women who win. Where do you need me? I'll be
Mhm.
there to support you. Do you need me to volunteer? So change your circle if needed. Believe in yourself and just be courageous and step out. Envision it. It's going to happen. I know that you see it. If you see it, that means it's been accomplished. So just do your part. God got the rest.
Woo! Love it, love it, love it. You heard it, folks. Just do it. Believe in yourself enough to do it. Another thing that you
Absolutely.
said that's so powerful, and I don't want them to miss it, is if you can see it, you have to be able to
Absolutely.
see it to achieve it. So if you can
Absolutely.
see it, step out on it and change
Absolutely.
your world. The people who are around you, who you're listening to, that is so powerful because women who win support women. So put yourself in the
Absolutely.
space of some women who's winning, who's shining, and then move forward. Thank you for that. That was powerful, powerful.
My
Okay,
pleasure.
so we know, Felicia, we've been both been on this journey a long time. Every day is not light. Every day is not exciting. Sometimes the dream just get feels heavy. Maybe today the dream is feeling heavy, or maybe the noise in the world is loud and is overshadowing the dream. How do you stay grounded and focused and determined to keep shining even on those days?
On those days, I think it's important that you pull out your grateful list.
Mm.
If you don't have a grateful list written down, start one. And if you don't have it right now and it's in your mental Rolodex, it's time to start flipping back through it. Start with that. Be grateful. Look back at how far you really have come. And even remember the times back then when you thought you wouldn't get as far as you are. And that always helps me. Be grateful. Go through your grateful list. Look at how far I've already come. And I never thought that I would even be this place when I initially started, way back then when I was sitting on that couch in the middle of the night listening to jazz with my laptop open. I never even thought I'd be this far. And things come along. And again, it's all about the mindset and the ability to pivot and to be open to rescheduling and retiming.
Well, thank you for that because what you just told us is, you know what? Take a moment to find something to be grateful for and
Absolutely.
then move forward with your actions. That is so powerful because I do believe, I agree with you that when we start out with gratitude, even on that day that we just want to sit in the corner and cry, it
Give
comforts
up.
us, it moves us forward because now we're just being grateful. So I definitely agree with you on that. So, Felicia, when people look at your life and your journey, what is it that you want them to feel or to remember and to be inspired to do because of your example?
I want them to be inspired to dream big. Dream big. See yourself, whatever your heart desire is, see yourself there already. I have to go back to that. Because when you see something, you look at something and you say, well, that's real. If I'm looking at it, it's got to be real. And when you look at it that way, you also begin to try to figure out how do I get it done, because that means it's doable. If I'm looking at it and I see it, I visualize it, it's doable. And so that is what I would want them to look at me and say, well, wow, Felicia, they say, Felicia, you've done a lot of things and you're doing so many things. But trust and believe the ideal comes to me first. And so when that ideal comes to me, along with it comes the visual of it. And so from that point, I began to work on and network and connect and research to find out how do I get this done? Because now that I've seen it, this heart desire of mine, I have to do my part to make it come true. So visualize it. When you see me, think about somebody that visualized it first.
Oh, wow. I love, love, love that. This has been such an inspiring conversation, Felicia. Thank you for sharing your
Thank
journey with
you.
us. Thank you for encouraging and inspiring all of us who will hear your words. Let our audience know how to stay connected to you and support what's next for you.
Thank you, Melissa. You can stay connected to me by following me on Facebook at Author Felicia Brookins. Also on Instagram, I'm Author Felicia KB. You can also shoot me an email, Author Felicia Brookins at gmail.com, and that will get me. And I will definitely reach back out to you because I may be busy, but I find the time to respond because my grandmother raised me, Melissa. If somebody speak to you, you're
Be back.
supposed to answer back. Okay, you're supposed to speak back and try to
Absolutely.
do so in a timely manner.
Absolutely. I love that. Thank you again for being here.
Thank
And thank you
you.
to our audience for joining us for this edition of Dream by Design with Melissa Banks. Felicia Brookins, thank you. Thank you for opening
Thank
your
you.
heart and sharing your incredible journey with us today. Your story is a reminder that no matter where we start, we all have the ability to rise, to dream, and to shine. So, to every woman watching, I'm your host, Melissa Banks. I hope you feel encouraged and inspired to keep pushing toward your purpose. Remember, your light is needed, your voice matters, and your shine is powerful. So until next time, keep shining.